Hi there, it's Timothy once again, and you're welcome. Today, I want to show you how you can concatenate or join values of two or more cells in Microsoft Excel together. To concatenate is for you to bring together values from two or more cells and put them in one single cell in Microsoft Excel. So we're going to just I'm going to show you some example and then we'll run through it together. So let me just populate some of these cells here. All right, so we are here, and what we want to do, I'm going to show you three methods by which you can concatenate your values in Microsoft Excel. So the first one, we'll start with our equal sign as usual and then say concatenate. We're going to use the concatenate function here. What are the values we want to concatenate? B3 and C3. Concatenate B3 comma C3. We'll close our bracket, and then we have James and Joseph together. But the problem right here is it is not separated by space. We want to leave a space between James and Joseph. So I'll just go back to edit the function. B3 comma double quotes space double quotes comma C3. So now you see that we now have space in between the two. All right, so permit me, let me just quickly write out the formula here for you in case you missed it so that you can use it again. Now, the second function that you can use is to use a text join function. It's a little bit tricky, but let's get started with it. Equals to text join. And then we'll open our bracket at delimiter. What do you want to use to separate the two values, if at all there is any? So we want to apply space in between. So a double quote with space, comma, ignore. We want it to ignore empty cell, which is true. So we'll type true, comma. What is our first text that we want to concatenate? B3, comma. What is the second text we want to concatenate? C3. If you have more cells, you can continue to write it. So, but then that's just the two we want to use, and then we'll close our bracket. So right now we have James and Joseph together in the same cell, and that's how to make use of the text join function. I'll also write it out here for you. Equal to text join. Open your bracket, your delimiter. And then we'll have B3 and C3. So that's the formula, the function that we used in this column here. And the last but not the least is it's you using the ampersand sign to concatenate your values. It's quite easier than the first two methods that we used. So in that case, we're going to start with our equal sign as usual, B3, and if we need the space, a double quotes with space, then and again C3. Now, if you don't need the space, it's going to be B3 and C3 without any space, and you have it here. But if you want the space back, it's going to be B3 and a double quotes and again C3. And then we can autofill that also. Let's put in the formula here for you again in case you need it. All right, so but let me just quickly draw your attention to something. Now, while concatenating, you can decide to make use of anything as a delimiter. Instead of space, you can decide to put comma. You can decide to put even a sentence in between both values that you're concatenating. For example, I'm just going to edit this shortly, and then I'm going to put a comma in between. So it's going to be James, comma, Joseph. So instead of using a comma this time, let me put and in words. And then you see that James and Joseph. You can go ahead and put any other thing that you want to use. And you can as well concatenate 3, 4, 5 cells together using the same method. For example, let's work one more. I want to concatenate this one, the first name here, the surname, and this D3 together. So it's going to be equal to concatenate B3 space comma C3 comma and comma D3. All right, so this is what we got from the formula we just used. James, Joseph, and I decided to put and in the formula in the function so that it will separate the two. So you can decide to use whatever it is to you like to separate your values when you concatenate them. And so if you really add value, you got something or learned something from today's session, please do well to like, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and remember to turn on the notification because I'll always be dropping some other content on the channel for you.